I'll begin just right now. I'm Bubbles Del Fuego, and this is going to be my submission for running Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. An extremely popular speed game. Probably the most raced game on Speedruns Live right now. And this can also be a race submission if someone else submits it or would like to. It would not take up any more time at the event. The DLC for Afterbirth, or for Rebirth, was called Afterbirth, and it added like 100 new things to the game, and like a new mode and new characters. But we are going to stick with the best and most popular category, where we use Isaac, the default character, who owns a D6, on normal mode. And on this save file, I have a lot of money in the machine. And this is what normally would be happening on single segment character attempts when people try to get a personal best. Most of the time, people use a character called Eden to go really, really fast because you can get a very broken build very early. But we're not going to be doing that here because we're going to keep the randomness factor alive. This should take 25 minutes tops. And Isaac has not been in a marathon since last Summer Games Done Quick, and it was done under the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. But the character that was used was Azazel, which is this guy. Really, really easy character to use, and a consistent character. But people have been getting so much better as and with Isaac that it will not be a problem for finishing a run in under 25 minutes. And also there was a bonus incentive to do a run as Eden with the seed, with a set seed to show what it's like to do seeded runs. But a single segment of Isaac done on normal with his D6 to reroll items to get better chances of things to have, which is the most common and awesome things to have, and to watch and play and do, especially in race scenarios, has not been done in a GDQ before, and would be an awesome display. So let's just get to it. We start the timer immediately, but we include the resets until we find an item room with an item that we like, and we just roll with it. And I'll explain the good items that we have. It would be way too much time to explain the items. Every item that I see. Those are good items, but they're not good enough to start in my opinion. This entire game is randomly generated. There's multiple floors that I gotta go through. Basement 1 and 2, and then another set of double floors. And then another set of double floors, and it just never ends. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes tops to get a good item, on average. And there's about 25 different starting items that you can take in the game now that the Afterbirth DLC has occurred. There's Double Shot, very good item. It doesn't slow down your tear rate, and you shoot twice as many tears. And that is a very average time for getting a beginning item. And a really good example of how this isn't just playing the game over and over until you're satisfied, or until you make it possible to be played. Because we do include the resets in the timing for these segments, especially in the category called 7 Character, where you do the 7 original characters from the Binding of Isaac Wrath of the Lamb God. Alright, and you can see my consumables in the top left. I've got money, bombs, and keys. Places like shops and item rooms require keys to get into. Soul hearts are very good to have on the first floor, because on the second floor, after I kill the boss of the second floor, I will have a devil deal, which very, very good items are in the devil deal pool. And it's nice to have soul hearts to protect you from accidental red heart damage on that floor. Even if I didn't get soul hearts on this floor, it would still be relatively easy to protect myself. I didn't even take damage on this boss fight. And that's one of the harder bosses of the first floor. And that was a speed up item, so now our movement speed is much more increased. I don't have any keys, so I can't open up that chest right now. Nor can I go in this item room. But there's our key. How convenient. That's nice, because we have an orbital now, which will protect us from things and slightly damage stuff around us. Like that. There's a few items that are in the Devil Deal pools that we can see in normal pools such as the item rooms, like I just got this big fan from. But they're much more common from inside the Devil Deal. Things like damage up is probably the most important for a speedrun. The two best items for speedrunning by themselves are probably Tech X and Mom's Knife, which would be just a treat to see. We got a little bit of money, so I can check the shop real quick. I'll get that soul heart, just to give us a little bit more safety. And we'll be on our way. The thing that makes this run so exciting, along with all Isaac runs all the time, is the randomness factor. It's so random, and it's so skill-based at the same time, that it's always fresh every run to see. And I can use my orbital there to get a little bit more damage. That's a damage up. I definitely don't want to reroll that. And for these items, I will reroll both of them. Very good choice. I'll just pick this up and pick this up right after. And I'll wait until I can get more. The Whore of Babylon that I've got that makes my body black will give me a speed up and a damage up as long as I have no red hearts. I can have soul hearts instead. And the Judas's Shadow that I got afterwards. When I die, I will respawn as the character called Judas. And that'll give me a ×2 damage multiplier. The Parasite splits my shots in half like so. I don't have any keys. I was about to check the shop real quick. Maybe I can get another soul heart. Because what I want to do now is die. So I can respawn as Judas. And he'll spawn with 2 black hearts, so I'll still have the Whore of Babylon effect happening. Shops are also very important to check. As you can see on my map, I don't know where to go, but after enough of playing this game, you can get a vague idea. But shops are important to check because of soul hearts, tarot cards, and mapping. Those are the 3 primary things that I like to see from shops. Mapping can come in the form of a blue map, so you can see where the secrets are. Typically the bosses are near the super secret room, which you would have to bomb to find. Alright, there's a placenta, which is a health up. So I'm going to kill myself. And I'm going to do it in an optimal way. See how I blew up the bomb. On the mushrooms, because there's a small chance that mushrooms can drop very good items such as Mini Mush, Magic Mushroom, even Liberty Cap, which is good for mapping as well. And now I'll get the placenta so I have more health. But my Whore of Babylon is gone now, but I'm perfectly okay with that. I wanted to have this red health That's a nice tears up item. I wanted to have this red health, so I can take another devil deal later on. I'm definitely not complaining about my damage. As you can see up here, I've got a fork in the road. I've got to just make a guess on where to go. Just going to go up. Wrong decision. But then again, didn't even waste that much time trying. This game's all about luck and that fact. But still, it takes a good player with bad luck can still beat a bad player with good luck. Any day. As you can see, I'm still doing just fine on damage. I'll check that tarot card. It could be an Emperor card, which would be really nice. Wheel of Fortune. That's still not too bad. The final floor of this run, or this category, which I'm going to the chest, which is the final floor of the run. If I use the Wheel of Fortune card on that floor, and then I break the Wheel of Fortune, which is like a gambling machine, it'll just give me an item. It would actually be really nice if I could finish this run under the estimate without any form of mapping. So, just to show that getting under estimate is still not difficult. That's a very good item. Magic Mushroom is another damage multiplier, and it gives me more health. So maybe I can take 2 devil deals later on. I want to get this key. Also gave me a bit of a speed up, size up. I can get both of these. The sun card is great. I'm going to use that hopefully on the chest floor, and it'll give me a full map on that floor. On the chest floor, which is the final floor, I cannot bomb through rooms, which I haven't done yet because I'm pretty good on damage. But you can use your bombs on doors if a room might take too long. That's not good. That item's called the D4 and it'll just re-roll your whole build. We want to stay away from that. I'm gonna go back to that. There could be some soul hearts in that. Which are always nice. No. I should be getting a devil deal on this floor because I didn't get any in the past 2 floors. And that's another damage up, which is perfectly great for my multipliers. And here's Krampus, which is always going to either drop a lump of coal or Krampus's head. And you just don't want Krampus's head when you have the D6. It's much better to have the D6 instead. But now you can only encounter Krampus once. So I won't be encountering Krampus anymore. And there's also angel rooms in the game instead of devil deal rooms. But I've already taken a devil deal item, so I can only have devil deals from now on. Soul Heart is nice. See, I'm not even taking much damage because of how fast I'm clearing the rooms. Which is really cool. As long as you know where and how to look for damage in the run, you'll be good. And the great benefit of this being a possible race is how you can see so many more items in the game. Oh. Door's locked. You gotta pay attention to a lot of things at once. It's not like I really need items right now anyway. Okay, and now we're on to the womb. Pretty good time for getting to the womb. On a quick no reset run, including the resets itself. like for looking for an item. It's kind of weird to think of this run as a no reset, but we did reset to get to this position. But that's all included in the timing itself. My tears are nice and strong. By the way, the story of this game is kind of crazy, if you're wondering. The long and short of it is, I'm running away from my crazy mom, and I guess this is where I found myself. But there's a bit of an underlying quest behind that, and you just keep going and going. Right now I'm inside of the womb of my mom, and I just fought her foot to get here in the first place. Alright, I'm kind of happy I'm fighting this boss, just to show off how it is like the slowest boss in the game. You can only hurt him by hitting his tail. Oh, very nice items. I have only black hearts now, which is great. Well, only soul hearts or black hearts, which is great. Succubus is very good. When I'm standing inside of the aura of this follower that I have now, I am stronger. And Abaddon, which I also got, that red symbol, removes all of my red hearts. And replaces them with 6 black hearts, I believe. Maybe 8. I think it's 6. Yeah, it's 6. And so now, from earlier on in the game, you remember I got the Whore of Babylon, which is only effective when I'm under 0 or half a red heart. So now I am faster again, stronger again, and I've got so many more damage ups. And also the aura, if an enemy is within it, they will be damaged for every tick. They'll be damaged, like, I don't know, every, like, a few times a second, as long as they're inside the aura of the succubus, depending on what my damage is currently at. Oh no, I got hit. It's not like I got a million health. And there we go. This is called a great build, and a good run, because we knew where to get the items from. We knew how to manipulate the game. That's more damage and speed, and it gives me a soul heart in return, so of course I'm going to take it. It's only cost me 2 soul hearts, and it makes me go faster. Knowledge in this game is what gets you places. Study it, watch runs, good things will happen. This is, even though I'm good on damage, it was good to bomb through that room, because this enemy has a lot of health. Once again, the wrong way. I'm still saving the sun card that I got earlier on in the run. For the next floor. And I can't bomb through rooms in the next floor. The red Abaddon item that I also got sometimes can shoot enemies with this fear, which makes them want to go away from me, which can be nice. And after I killed Mom's foot and made myself into the womb, I picked up an item called the Polaroid, which allows me to go to the chest after fighting Isaac. If I didn't have the Polaroid, the run would be over right here. But now I have to get to go to this extra floor where every room is a boss room. I'm definitely rolling that. And I'll just pick up that, I guess. And I'll use my sun card. And I can show you, now that I have a few bombs left over, how useful secret rooms can be, and mapping can be. Because I went this way, so I can go through the secret room. And there's more mapping, so even if I didn't do that, I might have found mapping again. I could get hit on every room on this floor because of how well I created this build. And I would still be alive and be able to beat the run easily. And just because this run is going to get under 20 minutes does not mean I'm going to change my estimate to 20 minutes. Bad things can happen, and I did, in some situations, get luckier than usual, but I am going to account for that, and I'm not going to act like worse can happen. But still, getting under 25 minutes will not be a problem. And that's time. And you can jump inside the box and get the cutscene for beating the game, along with the credits. Thank you for watching. I think that this will do extremely well at a Games Done Quick event. There's a huge audience for this. There's multiple tournaments that happen every year for this game, and also for originally Rebirth. Afterbirth DLC has not been showcased at a Games Done Quick event yet, and there are many items that I picked up in this run that are from the Afterbirth DLC, such as Succubus, as you saw. And with such a short time slot, a really big following, I really don't see why this wouldn't get in. Thank you for watching. And also, please consider this as a race if anyone else would like to do that with me. And I'll talk to a few people, and maybe they would like to do it as well. It would let us see so many more items and have, I guess, much better commentary. A race was done of the original Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb God, 2 AGDQs ago, and it went by really well. Alright, thank you for watching.